Good morning from beautiful Playa Hermosa, Costa Rica. I'm Dave Rush. We're going to call this video log entry number 1. We've finally broken ground. This is my piece of property in Costa Rica that I bought. I'll give you a little walk through here in just a second. Turn this around. There we go. So just to give you guys some orientation, the little town of Jaco is right over that hill right there. And we are basically looking due south right here. Those of you familiar with the area, Manuel Antonio is down that way. On a clear day you can see it. And this is my little slice of heaven here. This lot that we're looking at right here, this is mine. I've actually had this now for God, it's been like a year. It's just been taking forever to get started on this building project. Well, the other day we finally broke ground, as far as I'm concerned, where we finally got guys up here to start doing some landscaping work. Well, when I say that, really clearing brush. You can't tell, but you really couldn't see down in there at all. And we needed to get this kind of cleared out a little bit because we're going to need to do some retaining walls along this side. So let me kind of give you guys my vision here. So this is a really big lot, first of all. It's like almost 2 acres. And to be honest, if this was something I was just doing for myself, I don't think I ever would have bought something so big. You know, I could be pretty comfortable in something small. But, you know, when I sold my house in Colorado and I made such a freaking killing on that sale, and this piece of property became available, I just said, you know, I had to go for it. And so my objective with this was to build something that would also continue to be a source of revenue. So I'm going to do a couple little casitas right along here, right along this edge. So there's going to be one here, one over here, and then one just a little further down, and then a main house down there where you see my bike. So step over here a little bit so you can get a better view. This is looking down into the Opera Salvaje neighborhood where I lived during the pandemic. But just amazing views from up here. This is my friend Michael's place. What kills me is he bought this piece of property at the same time I did. His house is done, but he's a realtor and he knows all the right people, and anyway, cute house. Not really big or anything, kind of on a small lot. I think he's just going to do Airbnbs, but cute little place there. So originally this was all one big lot, including Michael's house there, all the way down here. And then when I bought it, I bought 2. Wait, did I say that right? So originally at one point this was 3 lots. There was one there, you can see the driveway entrance there, and there's another driveway entrance there. Now it's just 2 lots. Michael's got that one and I got all the rest of this. So cabina there, cabina there, cabina there, casita, whatever you want to call them. And then, so we come down here. So a bunch goes down into that jungle, and that's like jungle. It's like untouched jungle for, you know, like decades. All sorts of cool stuff down there. And now that it's cleared out a little bit more, I can kind of get a little bit more vision. I'd like to do a couple terraces down there, do some fruit trees and stuff. Not just for fruit, but also to attract monkeys and birds and stuff like that. It's kind of cool seeing this. These guys did such a great job clearing this out. I know you don't have any perspective on it, but for me, I can really see a whole lot better what we're able to do down here. And this little knoll right here, you could hardly even see this little piece here. So I should back up a little bit. So again, that's where the cabinas, casitas are going to be up there. Right along here, kind of lengthwise, will be a main house. And my plan with this is I kind of want to create a little boutique hotel where the main house will have amenities that'll be available to anybody staying at one of the little casitas. And the main house also have a couple overflow guest bedrooms as well. And then the second floor will just be a little master suite, and I'll keep that to myself. But being the introvert, trying to be the extrovert, I figure, you know, bring people to me. So if I've got kind of a house with a common space, people are coming and going, and I mean, and what a cool place to be able to hang out all day. So there'll be a pool over on this side. All the rest of this down here, we'll probably do some retaining walls down there, bring this up a little bit higher, level it out, make it a little bit more usable. It just goes down into this little finger. Oh, be mindful of snakes. That's no joke here. So anyway, kind of where you see that dead tree, that's where it kind of comes around the corner there. That's like super steep down there. We'll obviously do some retaining wall there at some point. And here too, they originally scraped this lot, I think it was 2006. So there's been a lot of just erosion over time, but fortunately the ground is really, really solid. We had a geologist come in and do a ground study for us and all that. So, I mean, if you look, you can see it's like rock in certain places, so that's good. And then the idea is 2 phases. Initially all I can do are the cabinas. That's all I got budget for. I'm not rich. The only reason I'm even able to do this is because of the sale of my house in Colorado. And I'm investing a lot of my money because I'm looking at this as like my retirement gig. You know, what a cool job to have until the end of your days to say, yeah, I maintain this property up here on this hill. And I want it to be someplace where people can come and do small events like weddings and Christmas parties, that kind of stuff. Nothing more than like 100 people. But, you know, I'm really trying to create a space that people will come up to, you know, whether they're coming up for a little romantic, vacation in one of the cabinas, or they're planning a big wedding or something. I mean, look at this view. So that's more or less west right there. And most of the year you can see the sun setting right over the water. Sometimes it's a little bit behind the hill there, but then all the way around here, and there's sunrise over there. It's pretty amazing too. Back up and around. So guys, there you have it. Here, you peek off this edge. Oh, I didn't even tell you about the other side of the road. Hold that thought before I cut things short. Now, I would at some point love to get my hands on this piece of land down here. We'll see. We'll see what happens. They can't build on this. The people who own it will never be able to get water up here. So their best bet is to sell it to yours truly. And I laid that framework too. I said, hey, if you're ever interested, just let me know. I don't know where I'll come up with the money, but give me first right of refusal. But it's a sweet little lot there. It's that terrace there, and then if you can see down there, there's another cutout spot where you could do a build or something like that. So if we built up this wall, or built up this area here, right here, we could have a very nice continuity between like the property up here and the property down there. And then it would really turn into like a legit little boutique hotel. So the other thing I wanted to show you is, for whatever reason, I have land on the other side of this street too. And I have a plan to do a deck. Good sturdy deck that you can put a couple glamping tents on. I've been, looking into some of those, and they're just amazing. And if I plan this in advance, it'd be really easy to run the electricity and water and all of that, and really make it something nice. And technically, because it's a tent, and a deck is not considered usable space, it doesn't dig into my allotment of land. I can only use 10% of my property for building. They're pretty restrictive on that. But so from from this driveway cutout to that driveway cutout on this side of the road, I've got about 50 yards down there or so. It's a weird little skinny chunk, and it's super steep. But imagine a deck sitting out there with a couple glamping tents on it. I walk the dogs down there on that road these days. Cars in the shop right now. But yeah, so, you know, have a fence up here so that there's privacy and everything. And there's a gate down at the bottom of this hill. It's a very private neighborhood. There are only like 10, 11 homes that will ever be up here. Right now there's only like 7 or 8 with a bunch under construction, including mine. But yeah, big visions, big visions. You know, we'll see what actually happens. If none of this happens, it sure was a fun dream. But this is what I'm dreaming about these days. This is what I'm working on. And you gotta have a dream. You gotta have something to be focused on, something to be working towards. Well, it keeps us driven. But this is my dream. And the reason I'm doing this is so that you guys will no longer have any excuses to come and see me. You know, I know Costa Rica, big scary place. It's not an island either. That's Puerto Rico. Yeah, I just think to myself, hey, if you guys can say, hey, let's go to an amazing place, stay with our buddy Dave in one of his dope little casitas. And these things are really sweet. Each one's got its own little infinity pool, really designed to kind of be honeymoon suites. And I mean, that's going to be your view from outside of there. And anybody, whether they're staying in one of the little casitas or they're glamping, the idea will be they'll all have access to the first floor of the main house. So if they want the big TV or they want, you know, the grill or the pool table or whatever, they just want to socialize, the main floor will be available. So I think that's it. That's kind of my vision, all in one take, because I really don't know how to do YouTube videos and I don't care to. I just want to document this. We'll see if I make it public or not, but it's kind of a cool project. And I'm glad I thought to do this because, you know, maybe this will be one of those times where you look back and you go, oh, remember when? Oh, man, I'm glad I did that video so I could document it. I'm still just blown away by how much I can see down here. I mean, we can create a cool little trail down there. There's a creek down there at the bottom, and that's where my property ends, is at the creek line. But yeah, it'll be really easy. I can just totally vision these little terraces in here and fruit trees and avocados, whatnot, monkeys and toucans. Cool, huh? So you can see why I'm kind of driven, why I'm pumped about this. It's fun. You know, it'll be a process. I wish I could snap my fingers and make it all done, but, well, I don't know. Do I, though? Because I think part of the fun is in the process. And damn, this has taken so long. I mean, when they had to redivide the property into the one lot there and then take the 2 lots and turn it into 1 lot, oh my God, the bureaucracy in Costa Rica. So this has been a big lesson in patience for me. But we're getting there, you know, slowly but surely we're getting there. So I joke that, you know, after Pura Vida, the next Costa Rican term that everybody should remember is tranquilo, which is relax. Everything takes a while. So anyway, God, it's windy up here. I look like shit. What's new? I shouldn't be on the bike. My hip's still healing, but don't tell anybody. But anyway, guys, there's my vision. I put a link to this on Facebook or something like that. But pretty fucking awesome spot. I hope you guys come visit me out here sometime. See you next time at episode 2. Really? I'll believe it when I see it.